Dunkirk is the latest film that is written and directed by Christopher Nolan. This has been one of my most anticipated films of this year because, for one, the trailer impressed the hell out of me with the glimpses of its gorgeous cinematography and war action. And secondly, it's a Nolan film, and his films never fail to give me a special immersive movie-going experience. Interstellar was one of my favorite films of 2015, and I love it even more each time I rewatch it. And now that Dunkirk has finally arrived, how well does it stack up? Well, I know for a fact that it's a good movie. In fact, it's probably even great. Aesthetically, this film is absolutely flawless. Nolan has again created a beautiful looking movie with stunning stunt work, gorgeously framed cinematography, and immaculate sound design. This movie is incredibly thrilling and intense, and seeing this in an IMAX theater made me feel like I was on the verge of having an anxiety attack. But that's actually a good thing because it means that the film is doing its job because it's putting you in there and absorbing you into its world. The sound in this film is mind-blowingly perfect. It definitely plays one of the biggest roles in its ability to immerse you and truly capture certain moments the same way that these soldiers did. There are a handful of moments where certain characters would go through moments of sheer hopelessness, in which most of them involve being trapped and drowning. And Nolan is able to capture these moments by utilizing a combination of claustrophobic cinematography, terror-inducing sound design, and impressive stunt work. Aesthetically, it's truly nothing less than extraordinary. That being said, I do have a few gripes with this film. I know that other reviewers have already made note that this film has a lack of character development, and it honestly is a warranted complaint. I didn't find it to be as much of an issue as they might find it to be, because there is some light character substance given in a few scenes. It's not very much, but it's something, and it was actually effective when it was displayed. But in my opinion, this film still could have used a bit more fleshing out of the characters, because although the action was magnificently filmed, it would have packed a bigger punch if I was more attached to the characters. Don't get me wrong, I still somewhat cared about these characters, but I didn't care about them as much as I wanted to. But the main gripe I actually have with this film is its choice of structure. I remember seeing the trailer for this film and thinking, oh cool, Nolan is doing a war film. This will be refreshing because it seems fairly simple, and most of his films are brainy and make you think more critically. But to my surprise, Nolan still manages to confuse you and make you think pretty hard. But the difference with Dunkirk is that it makes you think hard about something you really shouldn't have to think hard about. Other Nolan films like Inception and Interstellar demand you to think hard about its philosophical and scientific concepts. But Dunkirk makes you think hard about where exactly you're at in the story and what time certain things are taking place. The film divides its attention to 3 different perspectives that take place at different times. And you don't really realize that the film is doing this until about 20 minutes in, and at that point, you're just kind of questioning where you are in this film's timeline. And as it goes on, it starts to make a little bit more sense, but it's still a little confusing to follow, and it becomes more difficult to actually invest yourself in it. To be fair, I can actually appreciate what Nolan's going for in terms of being creative and trying to spice it up by doing something unconventional, but at the end of the day, I just felt like it hindered my ability to feel certain emotional moments that would have worked if it were just done conventionally. I don't know, it just felt a little unnecessary and unfortunately caused the movie to be less emotionally gripping in my opinion. But overall, Dunkirk is still one hell of a movie. It's an aesthetically breathtaking film that truly is able to capture the intensity and hopelessness of war by its masterful use of sound design, stunt work, and cinematography. Although its lack of character depth and oddly structured form of storytelling weakens its ability to grab you emotionally, it still managed to give me a memorable, immersive movie-going experience, so I'm gonna give Dunkirk an A-. I still highly advise everyone to go see this film in the theater. It's definitely one of those films that's a must-see in theaters because you just won't be able to really get absorbed in the way you would at your own home. Well, thank you so much for clicking on this video and seeing what I had to say about Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk. Have you seen Dunkirk already? If you have, please comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And if you really like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it amongst your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the Misfit Pawn channel to be updated on more film-related content.